Right guys, welcome back to the one and only save that is Project Portsmouth. We are on year 8, part 3 now. Played quite a few games since last episode. I believe we were at Sheffield United. I think that's the last game we played live. Played quite a few games since then. Not great, I'm going to be honest. We're not conceding that many goals, but we're not really putting up good attacking performances. Biocar's been on a really bad run of form. We did have an injury to Renato Augusto from sort of here to here, or maybe there, which didn't help us at all because that's the only AMC that we have. But let's take you through the results. A couple of really good ones. A 0-0 draw against PSG. Now, I think we held our own. We couldn't play with our AMC because Renato Augusto was injured. But we did put up a pretty good performance. Jamie Rudd, one of our youngsters, 18 years old, not particularly great, but we got him his debut due to just lack of players in the attacking department. I've been really bad with squad registration. We don't have many homegrown club players, which means Caruso and Videbek couldn't get registered for the Champions League. Not ideal. But a couple of good individual performances, obviously no goals, so we'll move on. Burnley. Gave us a bit of a scare, didn't they? We had a pretty good game against them. We were largely on the front, we were winning for most of the game. Gave us a bit of a scare though, right at the end. But I think we had a better team, we deserved to win. We let ourselves down a couple of times. Mihalic with a great Mihalic. He's insane. He's like Cesar Lopez, when I was like, okay, this guy's world class. I knew Cesar Lopez was going to be world class before I signed him, before he got his work permit. I knew he was going to be insane. Another good goal, and he was insane. He was an insane player. He's now world class. And then Mihalic is one of those ones again that in 1 or 2 years' time he's going to be a world class player. 100%. I don't doubt it. With Bayakov, we signed him. We're like, okay, we'll make profit on him. He'll be good. He'll be good, but not amazing. Whereas Mihalic, this guy is next level. Game against Tottenham. Really good performance again. Renato Augusto was actually back for this game. Pretty good performance. Obviously, he's worth 27 million now. We paid 22. I do think that he's pretty concerned, starting to consider whether to move to a bigger club. That is a worry. That is very worrying, I have to admit. But we'll look to hold on to him. He's still a very good player. 0-0 against Tottenham. Good performance once again. Defensively sound. Not as good against Celtic. We battered them, but not as good in terms of scoreline. But we did rotate quite a lot. Jeffrey Mars. Remember him when he was our hot prospect? I don't know if he still is our hot prospect. Is he? No, Mark Gardner is now. But Mars was our hot prospect, and he is a very good player. I just don't see him as he's probably about the same as Hoover, to be honest, in terms of sort of. I think Hoover's arguably a better player still, maybe in terms of going forward, but he is good defensively. He's got good technique for a fullback. I'm wondering if there's a better position for him. He's not a bad centre back. He actually would be a good centre back. Look at that. 12 heading, 12 marking. It's not quite there, but it's not bad. I'm just trying to think, is there anywhere else we can play him? Because he's not particularly good going forward. I wonder if maybe a DM hasn't really got the mental stats for a DM. I don't know. We managed to beat them 1-0. It was a good result. Not a great performance, but a good result. Crystal Palace. Videbek missed the penalty, but luckily we were already winning. Caruso getting us 1-0 up midway through the first half. And Rodriguez has been a really good player for us. I knew he'd be good. I wanted to sign him for a while. I think we got him about 6 months after I originally scouted him. But Caruso got his head on it. Obviously Videbek missing a penalty, but this Rodriguez character, we signed him for 19.75 million. I think that was his release clause. And apparently he's worth 26. I think he's fantastic. He's not... there are a couple of weaknesses. Maybe jumping reach and natural fitness. Not the most important, but pretty... As a fullback, natural fitness is quite important. He can work a little bit on his technicals, but it's nothing too much to worry about. His mental stats are really good, and he's performing very well in the Premier League. 1 goal and 1 assist in 10 games. I think he's a really, really good player. I mean, we've actually switched to fullbacks, not wing backs, which is making us score less, but we're also conceding less. I think I'd rather that. We then lost 1-0 to Liverpool. It's a bit of a shame, to be honest. I think they deserved to win, but we were defensively really sound. It was actually, I think, if I remember right, it's a really nice goal from Mo Salah. He must be aging quite a bit now. He must be in his mid-30s, well, 34 maybe. Robertson, Dybala over to Salah. It's just a header in the end, wasn't it? But he's got to be 34 by now. 34. And his physicals are still holding up. He is still a very good player. Wow. I'd take him in my team. But he's probably only got to the end of the season and he'll probably be moving on. So today, let's look at the table. We are in 8th. We are 7 points off that the Champions League spot, 4 points off of the Europa League spot. So we do have some work to be done. As I'm not really bothered about qualifying for the Champions League this season, I just want to make sure we're definitely in Europa League. There's definitely some work to be done. Mihalic, good player. He's actually been tipped for European Golden Boy. I think that's a little bit generous, but just look at him. I'm wondering if there's anything that can let him down. And there's not really anything letting him down. Leadership, but does that really matter? Positioning, maybe. I'm playing him more as an advanced forward. He could play as a complete forward, couldn't he? I never really used complete forward though. I feel like a complete forward you need to have someone partner in them. Excuse me. So, what's European Champions League, Champions Cup, obviously Champions League. Excuse me. We are guaranteed 3rd place. So if we don't beat Atletico Madrid, we'll still be in the Europa League. Which, to be honest, I prefer to be in the Europa League, so we can actually have a chance at a trophy. Because we're not going to be able to win the Champions League, but we might be able to win the Europa League. But today we're playing against Derby County. Now we should be beating these. They're in 18th position, not doing particularly great. But we've not done great against them in the past. So we're going to make a couple of changes just due to fitness concerns. I think we actually could bring in, if he's fit, Mars. We are. Got a couple of relatively tired players. Like Linez he's not blown me away. He's not done particularly. I mean, he's been awful. He's been really bad. I think I'm going to start playing him on the right hand side, just to give him I don't know, just try something else out because he's not playing well. Barral has been a revelation. What a great player he is. 21 million, rising to 24. He's worth 42 million now. His technicals are really poor, except what you need from a deep line playmaker. Like, as a default deep line playmaker, this guy's incredible. He's only 20 years old. That's what we're going to go with. We're going to try him out on the right liners because he's really not been playing well. We're going to actually let him know as well. Criticise recent form. You need to start playing at a higher standard if you want to be in the first team. And he has a point to prove. 51 million. I mean, that was his release clause. So, let's go. He's a good player. So, I expect him to be doing a bit better. We're getting into the first game against Derby County. Any recognisable players? Obviously, Matt Clark came from us. I think he came from us before the save. Because, 1920 is the first season. We've also got Christian Bielik from Arsenal. Really good player. Don't know about in this game he's quite a good player, but I expect him to be good in real life. Sagre, Kyle Walker-Peters, Callum Hudson-Odoi. Yeah. Not going to be a pushover. We have to make sure we play a really good performance today, guys. Oh, Juan Foyth, didn't even notice him. I don't know if that's Gibril So. Is that the same guy? Yeah. Doesn't he play for Young... Oh, he plays for Frankfurt. Okay. Where am I getting Young Boys from? I feel like he played for Young Boys at some point. He did. I don't know. Don't know how I knew that. But there we go. I forgot to put our main man Mihalic back in the team. I don't actually know how you pronounce his name. We're going to go with Mihalic. Mihalic. We're going to... Mihalic. We'll do. I mean, let's be honest, we're dominating Derby, but we're not getting any highlights. We are going to bring him on now. as an advance forward. Let's get back out there, boys. Dilla Vibora is not a bad backup. He's not having a great game, not having an awful game. He's doing a job, but we need to start creating opportunities. We're not really doing much at the moment. I think we can afford ourselves a bit more freedom to push a bit higher up the field. So we are going to do that. Calm. Demand a bit more from them. Are we on? We're not on. We're on key highlights. Why have we not had any highlights yet? Okay, a bit worrying. Our players are also quite tired. In fact, our players are exhausted. I'm trying to think. I mean, Linez, what are you doing, son? Videbeek. We need more. Show some passion. Okay, Lopez. He's knackered, but can he get a good ball in? He can, and off the line. Come on, guys. We need to get a goal now. I shouldn't have clapped so loud. That's probably really, really loud. Videbeek over to Caruso. It's a good time for Videbeek to do something for us. Caruso now. He's been pushed. That's the second time he's been awarded a penalty, but let's not let him take it. Because, oh, what's going on here? Is my game frozen? My game is never frozen. Okay, there we go. Penalties. We're going to make sure Mjalic takes the penalty. It is. Good. Okay, come on, lad. Put us 1-0 up. I know you're only 19, but you got the composure. Yes, you do. Cool. See, I don't know what's going on. We're not being able to create chances. We're creating chances, but not being able to finish our dinner. But, you know, despite having one half chance, one clear-cut chance, and a penalty, 6 shots on target, we got a 1-0 win. We just scraped a 1-0 win. Looks like everyone around us managed to get a win as well, so we're not any higher up the table. And we've got a massive game coming up against the likes of Atletico Madrid. And we are going to rest some players, actually. Yeah. I mean, £121 million for Lopez would be insane. I'd take it. Let's just rest him for the next 3 days. Let's also rest Linez for the next 3 days. Because actually, we need Linez. Without him, we have no wingers. So, no training for them while we prepare for the next game. Hopefully, they'll be fit. Couple of good look. Position is awful, which could really let him down. But everything else is nice. We're not going to be able to buy him though. They don't want to sell him. We do need to improve though, because one of our promises to Cito Lopez is that we would improve our team, and if he gets unhappy, we will be in trouble, because then we'll be forced to sell him. He wants to go anyway, but Gilmore, mate, you need to stop complaining. Luckily, McKenna, even though he never plays, he's still club captain. And he still knows how to get people to stop whining. We will probably sell Gilmore, to be fair, though. I wonder what our... I can't remember what our promise to Lopez was. I think it was just, in general, just improve the squad. Yeah, strengthen the squad in January. We are going to struggle to do that. 13.5 million in the bank. Although I do want to sell some players. I want to sell players like Caruso. I want to sell players like Fernandez. Talking of Fernandez, how did he get on? Is he on loan until January? No, he's on loan until the end of the season. Okay, fine. Yeah, it'd be nice to get a few players that really haven't been performing for me off the books. We did manage to get rid of Da Costa, but it came at a bit of a cost in there. We're still paying his wages. We do need another... Do you know what? We need to get Kubo back, actually. We're going to I think I mentioned this before. We're going to recall Kubo in January as well, because we don't have any backup when Renato Augusto gets injured. He's played an awful lot of football since we signed him, and Bar's out for almost a week. And that's fine though, because he's very rotational. He doesn't start every game. With our system at the moment, with an AMC, he doesn't get in the team anyway. We can play Skip at CM, but I can't really play there. See, Kubo hasn't been great either. He's not had a great season out on loan. 16 appearances in Serie A, 1 goal, 9 assists. It's not great. But Bristol City are keen to sign Caruso. Mate, if you give me 13.75 million, I'll let you have him. I think that's a brilliant amount of money for someone we bought him for free from Juventus. Huh. Another striker. It's pretty poor other than finishing though. Anyway, I realise I'm just year round, but I've been just talking through this while we're on the build up. Usually I'd skip it, but I didn't really fancy it today. So Barrow actually can come out for Gilmore. I think we're going to change Lopez for a deep line playmaker because Gilmore's a really bad defensive player. Alright, Caruso can't play, he's unregistered. This is the problem we have when we get to these sort of games. Right, Linez on the left, Bayakov on the right. As a winger, I guess. Mars obviously comes out for Luakima. Caruso for Rafa. Yeah, we're really lacking. I need to bring Jamie Rudd back into the team, assuming he's not played. There we go. Rudd comes back in on the bench. He's not been great when he's played, but he was one of our best prospects at one point. We trust Elmac to go back in goal, of course we do. But we are going to bring Rodriguez back into the starting lineup, and we're going to bring Samuel back into the starting lineup because he's not been getting much game time, to be honest, and it's because we had 2 big money signings. But this guy is good, and we got him for free, so we should probably try and make the most of it. We've got Makeda on the bench for when Lopez gets tired, but Lopez will be starting. I think we just go out like that. Let's do it. Might not go very well. Let's be honest, it might not go very well at all. Come on. I don't even care. I don't really know what... Do you know what? I don't care what the result is. I'd like... If we win, cool. You get good prize money from it, but realistically, we get more prize money if you win the Europa League than we would from the first knockout stage. Because there's going to be a lot of good teams coming through. If we get second, we're going to play against Real Madrid, Manchester United, Chelsea. Like... These are teams we don't want to be playing against in the knockout round. Jose Maria Jimenez. Centre-back. You don't mind if, you don't care if Depay runs through, beats 5 people and scores a banger. You don't like it when their centre-back scores. Bayakov is really... He's not scored in about 11 hours worth of football. He's been really poor, and I told him that. Renya, I want this guy. We're not going to be able to afford him. It's going to cost us about 100 million. But if he ever gets unhappy, hopefully we can sign him at some point. Obviously, we're going to them with disappointing, even though it's Atletico Madrid and we're Portsmouth. We can still say that at some point we'll be saying we should be winning, but at the moment, not yet. It's offside. I always record these episodes at like midnight. I should probably stop doing that but I want to like play other games with my friends during the evening. Always when they go offline, I play this. All right, Luakima's done quite poorly there. We get away with it. I'm going to change the system just a little bit. Give Lopez a bit more freedom to roam. The whole team is having a nightmare. We're just going to try different things. We're going to give Jamie Rudd another chance. The youngster. He's not very good, but why not? Bayakov was having a terrible game, so he may as well. Come on, lads. Can we get one last get create? Oh, hello. Oh, they made a mistake. Go on, Mialic. No, he's offside. Almost, well, there was a mistake there. Do you know what? Another 1-0. And this time it's a loss. I'm not that disappointed. We're going through in third place. Hopefully that's enough points to get us into the Europa League. I don't know if you automatically go down or if you have to fight to go down. We do. Okay, we qualify for the first knockout round. So, do we know who we're going to be playing against? Not yet. Probably find out in a couple of days. Yeah, a couple of players are absolutely exhausted. When's the next game anyway? We're playing in 4 days' time. So we are actually just going to go to our picked 11. Oops. Everyone who we really care about. This just goes to show who I care about in my team. We'll be resting those. Ooh. Why can't I pick to rest them? Ooh. Oh, bless me. Woo. Oh, we can't because we're already resting some of them. Okay, so we're going to rest you for 3 days. Why not? Hey. Anyway, so we're in the Europa League. If we skip forward just a day or two, we'll be able to find out who we're going to be playing in the Europa League. I'm sure we'll be able to we'll find out on the Thursday because that's when all the last games will be played. I imagine, or maybe not actually. They don't usually do it straight away, do they? Let's get to Thursday anyway, see what happens. Hope you're enjoying the series so far. I noticed the views have gone down from like 5 to 1, but that's my fault, obviously, not uploading frequently, not consistently. I'm just trying to balance everything. I've realised that I was not spending enough time with my friends and my family because I was working 9 to 5, 5 days a week. I was then spending most evenings recording or editing. And same at the weekends. I'd lie in, I'd get up, make a couple of videos, edit them, upload them, and I was doing 10 videos a week at one point, maybe 9 videos a week, and yeah, it was having too much of an effect on the rest of my life. I was tired. I wasn't spending enough time with my friends, so I'm just trying to now balance everything so I can do everything I want to do. I do want to do this more, but if I do this more, I then miss out on other things. I need to make the other things more important. You know, I do this because I enjoy it. It's fun, and it became a bit of a chore. You know, every time I was like, okay, I need to worry about every evening. I'd be like, I get in from work, and I'm like, okay, now I've got to record, now I've got to edit, and I've got to upload before 7 PM. Like I'd get in at like 5:15, 5:30, and I'm like, okay, I've got to edit the video I recorded last night. Then I've got to upload it. Then I've got to do the thumbnail, then I've got to do all the X, Y, and Z before 7 PM. And sometimes I just want to have a nap after work. Sometimes I want to go to sleep until dinner is ready. Because I'm very fortunate that my parents don't mind me living at home. So basically, we don't have the Europa League draw just yet. But we'll just we've already... Oh, youth intake preview. This is good. This is bad. This is not good. Healthy new fullbacks, that's good, even though we've got quite a few already. A fine prospect going forward from Banbury. No wing backs, no defensive midfielders. It says healthy number of fullbacks, but they're just not the best. No good centre backs, no good wide midfielders, no good attacking midfielders. Brilliant. So basically, don't be excited for youth intake this year, even though we've got really good youth facilities and excellent youth recruitment, so apparently that means nothing. Anyway, let's have a look at the schedule before I quit the video, because I always end up shutting the video down before I've even looked at the schedule. We are going to come back for... Do you know what? We might come back for Sheffield Wednesday, just because then we could come back for the end of the window. Yeah, let's do that. It's not many games I usually play, but let's come back for Sheffield Wednesday. FA Cup third round. We may have a fourth round before the end of January if that happens, but we'll find out. We'll find out. And then maybe we'll come back for the Europa League. Oh, well, maybe we'll just... Yeah, we'll come back for United and maybe we'll come back for the Europa League games. I don't know. We'll see what happens. If if you have enjoyed this series, if you're watching this, you are a real one. Like I said, I do this because I enjoy it, but also it is nice to know when someone's watching. You know, if I upload a video and get 0 views, I'm a little bit like, but I do it because I like to have something out there on the internet that's mine. It just seems quite cool. You know, I don't care about money. I don't need to get paid for this. I have a wage. I have a job, which is why I don't want to do this too much, because if I'm exhausted for the job I actually get paid for, it doesn't help anyone. I need to make sure I keep that job. So, yeah, if you haven't been enjoying the series, please leave a like on the video. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Take care, and goodbye.